Hi, thank you for joining. We will start shortly. So, today we are discussing about menstrual literacy and mental health, and we have Akriti Das with us, and we are just waiting for her. We will just start shortly. So, I can see Akriti here. Hi, Akriti. Let me just send you a request. See that some people have joined the live session, and we are discussing about menstrual literacy and mental health. I really hope that you all guys are safe at your home. And I know that you all want to talk about COVID and mental health, but we wanted to do something different because we have been listening about COVID and news a lot. So, and it's also important. It's an important topic to understand what menstrual literacy is and how it kind of affects our life. So we have Akriti with us. Hi, Akriti.
Hi. Hi,
Hi.
Prabhupti.
Hi. So we will just start shortly. I was just explaining the topic to our viewers, and so I can see that a few people have joined us, and thank you for joining. And so this is let's just thank you for joining everyone. So I cannot see the names literally.
I can.
You can see the names?
Uh, there is Crazy Kashyap. I think it's Jatin. He's from my dance
Okay.
class.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I can see some. Yeah, there's Sumedha. She's also from my dance class. Yeah, I
Okay.
can see
Okay.
two familiar faces. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I was just yeah.
Hi,
Yeah.
Jayashree.
So yeah. So let's for another few minutes, Akriti, before
Yeah.
we start our discussion because people are joining in. So um, we are talking about menstrual literacy and mental health, and this is a series, right? ये live discussion जो हम कर रहे
Mhm.
हैं ये एक series है. आज पहले सेशन में हम लोग myths and stigma और importance of menstrual literacy पर बात करेंगे. और दूसरे सेशन में हम लोग मेंटल हेल्थ और मेंस्ट्रुअल हेल्थ के ऊपर बात करेंगे. So, Akriti, I request you if you can read the messages because I can't read the messages because of my eyesight. So do let me know if there is some message which we need to take up.
Yeah. Yeah, Jayashree has said hi, and people have just joined. There are no messages right now.
Okay, okay. Hi, Jayashree. Thank you for joining.
Lakshmi.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay. Let
Yeah.
me just check the time. Okay, we have another 2 minutes to go. We will start by at 7:05. I think people are saying all the best to you, Akriti, right?
Yeah. Thank you, Lakshmi.
So, Akriti, this is your first live. How are you feeling at the
Yeah.
moment?
I mean, at the beginning when we decided, I was pretty nervous about it, but at the same point of time, because when you experience a lot of things, you sort of want to give a direction to it. So it's
Hmm.
just like I think it's just a stepping stone to it. So I'm also
Hmm.
very excited about it.
Hmm.
Because I somewhere or the other I keep thinking about this. So yeah,
Hmm.
this feels good that I
Hmm.
have a platform
Hmm.
uh,
Hmm.
which I can talk about things.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And
And
I
I'm
think
glad
you have.
that we're doing this together. Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm really glad.
And same feelings, Akriti. I think you have been working as a green period educator since a long time, and I have known that Akriti is someone who goes out and has started talking to people individually and educating them about what menstrual literacy is and how myths and stigma are generally affecting our lives, not specifically of life of a woman, but also all the other people. It's basically about exclusion, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I think a lot of few friends have joined us, and so let's start with introductions. My name is Prabhupti, and I am a mental health counselor. And this is Manshija. This is a pay what you can counseling service. The clients are free to choose their own contribution of the sessions, and we do this live sessions to talk about various topics and educate people, aware people on various topics which are associated with mental health, and they directly or indirectly influence our mental health. Today we have with us Akriti Das, has lots of hats on her head. I had to literally write down, make a list of the roles she has. So first, she is a Green Period educator with Boone. She is also a student of Gender and Developmental Studies, and she is also someone who is a student of Peace and Conflict Studies. And not only that, she is also a dancer. So Akriti, over to you. Um, what is menstrual literacy and myths and stigma all about?
Thank you so much, Pragupti, for that introduction. It was, yeah. So before starting, I'd like to say one thing. Like, we have discussed this also a bit, but I would like to mention it over here that whatever we
Mhm,
are
mhm,
going to say is just an added perspective. It's like our outlook towards the world. It's not like we are abandoning a belief system. So people over here, if you feel like you want to, look through that, through the lens we are looking, it's perfectly cool. And if you don't want to, that's also perfectly fine, because
mhm.
it's all your choice, right? So yeah, it's just I'm sharing my outlook, how I choose to look at the world. And secondly, I'd like to say that our conversation, especially, I'll speak in both Hindi and English, because
हाँ,
कुछ चीज़ें हिंदी में निकलती हैं और कुछ इंग्लिश में, वो बस ऑटोमेटिक होता है. So
हाँ, हाँ.
yeah, these two things. And I'd like to start this conversation with I want to share an experience basically. There are small experiences through after which I realized that okay, there's something that I want to look at it. There's something I want to do something about this issue specifically. So there was a time in 2018. I was returning back from my college. I was in my graduation years. My college was in Green Park, and um, I was coming back. I was going home, and I had to cross Rajiv Chowk and then head back to Noida. And in the middle of Rajiv Chowk and Green Park, I was sitting in the normal coach. I realized that okay, I am menstruating, and because I have a heavy flow, uh, okay, so I will have a patch, or I will have a blood stain over it,
Mhm,
on my pants. So, but I was so terrified, so scared. I was frightened. I was scared at my deepest core that I can't stand, because at Rajiv Chowk, there are so many people looking at you, and the moment you'll stand up, people will look at you, and people are going to look at the seat, and then they're going to stare in those judgmental eye through those judgmental eyes. I didn't have the strength to deal with those eyes. So I decided that I'll sit there, and I sat there. I almost reached Vishwavidyalaya, which is like the another corner, and it's just that somewhere or the other, I knew that I can't go back and forth, and I have to get down somewhere or the other. And I decided that chalo koi baat nahi, just get down. And I stood up and I ran. I literally ran from the outside the metro train. So at that particular point of time, I just felt that ये नहीं हो सकता. I mean, I can't feel like this. It's just not justified. I don't want a picture of me like that. I'm running. Why? Because I was stain. आई वॉज वंडरिंग कि काश ये सॉस का स्टेन क्यों नहीं था, या कोई सब्जी क्यों नहीं गिरा था मेरे ऊपर. आई वॉज थिंकिंग लाइक दैट. So it's one of my stories that I shared. I'd like to hear from the audiences, people who are menstruators, who menstruate, even if people who don't menstruate, if they have felt something like that, they can share in the comment section. Or if they want to come and join us in the live, they can send a request too, so they can share that also. So is
yeah.
there anybody who wants to share?
You can just write down the comment and I will send the request of the live session. So, Akriti, thank you. First of all, thank you for sharing such a vulnerable story. And yes, definitely, I think most of us have gone through such incidents in our life which we can never forget. Like I personally remember I was in school bus and the same incident you are talking about, it was quite different because I'm in school and I'm literally in a bus and I don't even know what menstruation is. And I was wearing a white skirt that day. And I had stain all over, and there was a teacher, and so my sir, and my sir actually called me and he sat with me and he told me that you are having your periods. And when I just when जब मैं बस से उतरी, so everyone was like you need to hide it. So I think that was my first experience of learning that I need to hide this blood stain, and this is something that uh, I should be ashamed of. And that incident really made me feel very ashamed of my period specifically, and the stain. So every time there would be stain on the bed sheet, I would be very embarrassed. And it would just make me feel very guilty about why I did not take enough precautions to remove the stain, or just not have any stain on anywhere. So I'm sure that a lot of us have, and I'm really thankful to my sir that he sat down with me, and he took his time to explain certain things to me at that time. But still, I definitely know that these experiences are different for everybody. So anyone from the audience, if they want to share any of the experience they remember in the comment section, or even if they want to join, it does not matter what your gender is, how you remember your first experience of understanding a menstruation and the stigma or the myths, if anyone wants to join in.
Okay, so nobody's sharing, so I think I should little bit I should talk about, there have been some social practices. So Chopadi in Nepal is like a social tradition of monthly isolation, and even if it has been outlawed, but it's still practiced. I mean, wahan par it's like you are separated from your daily household, and there are separate huts. So they're menstruation huts. And thank you, Jayashree, for sharing. Yeah. Yeah. So those huts, particularly seclude your entire life. Like you can't, in those days, you just can't go in your house. And those huts are obviously not hygienic to live in. So this kind of practices also are there in India. Like there is Gaukar in Maharashtra, parts of Maharashtra, and other in South India, in Bengal. There are certain practices like them, and we all know about Sabrimala temple. It's a heated argument. Even if the ban has been revoked in 2018, still it's such a debatable topic. And recently I read about this incidents in Gujarat and Bhuj. So 60 students, more than 60 students, girl students were forced to strip in the bathroom, so that the principal and the staff and one lady staff could look, if they are menstruating, because they don't want the menstruating girls to kind of mingle with other students. So such incidences happening makes me feel ki, I mean, how could it happen? I mean, just because they are menstruating, such a it's a crime. I mean, such a harassment happening. Stripping down and checking that if someone is menstruating or not, mentally that person, how will the person will feel self-confident ever, like, if they don't address it. So this arises this arises to another question, that why is it considered dirty? That इसे गंदा माना क्यों जाता है? So I was, after a particular point of time, I went and actually looked at the female reproductive system, and I just, analyze it, that it's just the shedding of the endometrium lining when the egg has not been fertilized. So it's just a natural process. And some of us, the literate population of us, somewhere or the other knows this. But still, it also happens in our homes. It has happened in my home. So then why? So because this blood comes from an organ that must be hygienic, right? Enough to potentially sustain the development of the fetus. But still it's considered impure. I still remember the first time I start menstruating. At the same day there was a puja at my place, और मुझे ऐसे अलग तो नहीं कर दिया था, but my mother told me don't go near the premises. So I remember that day, because not the reason that I started menstruating, the reason I felt an uneasiness that मुझे क्यों अलग कर दिया था. उस टाइम तक I was a very religious kid. मेरे पास एक कृष्णा आइडल हुआ करता था. I used to regularly, serve him. I used to do that. And at that particular time, मेरे लिए religion was something very, because I used to, stay near my grandmother, and she used to say all these stories to me. So I was a very religious kid. तो मुझे जो ये अचानक से अलग कर दिया था ना, that was थोड़ा सा shocking for me. So yeah. So I used to think that क्यों, मतलब why this why then led me to this discovery of, a distinction between venous blood and menstrual blood. So the venous, what is a venous blood? So कहीं जैसे कि for example अगर आपके हाथ में यहाँ कटा है, ठीक है, so जो खून आपके किसी भी और पार्ट से निकल रहा है, that is venous blood. And menstrual blood is something that comes out through the vagina. So so why there's no anything distinct about it, it's just that it's a natural process. But the reason behind the impurity segment of it is because vagina is a part of the female reproductive system, and the blood comes out through the vagina, and we as a society love to place our honor, our pride, our shame, our so-called izzat in a woman's vagina, and that is why it is considered dirty. And I think the underlying concept over here is patriarchy, and to understand, not only menstruation, I mean, to understand it more deeply, you need to understand patriarchy and the patriarchal system. So if anybody is interested, they can also read a book named Seeing Like a Feminist by Nivedita Menon. So it deals with a lot of other aspects. So, to understand it holistically, it's just a suggestion. If you are free and want to read something about it, you can read it. And because patriarchy, this natural process is structured according to the power dynamics. Because in that power dynamics, female body is a disability. So anything related to that will be an ailment. So I also want to stress upon this mythological story. A lot of people believe it. Even in the system of, I mentioned Chopadi, people over there also believe it. The story is like, there is a demon of droughts. She's named as Vritra, and she was killed by King Indradev, right? So Indradev, as she was, responsible for droughts, he wanted to bring rain and prosperity, so he killed her. And he was filled with guilt because Vritra was a learned Brahmana and she was from the upper caste society of the Indian societies. So he was kind of in a guilt, and he wanted the womankind to take his guilt upon themselves via a regular cycle of repentance, okay, aka menstruation, so that he could wash his own sins. So even this story is mentioned in, if you, even if you search in Wikipedia about Chopadi, you'll see that, because according to them, if you don't follow this system, then the husband will in another life he'll turn into a dog, he'll get ill, or the food will be, it will be just like the pickle, वो सड़ जाता है ना, खाना सड़ जाएगा, ये सब जो बोलते हैं, all these things. And the 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 myths and stigma, ये असर क्या करता है, it's so interlinked. You know, you were talking in the beginning about exclusion. So the exclusion part and the myths and stigmas part, what it does actually, it kind of normalizes the thing. Like for example, like my mother, I was discussing this with my mother, that आपको क्या लगता है इसका, मतलब ये क्यों गलत है या क्यों सही है. आई वाज जस्ट आस्किंग हर इन जनरल. सो I totally appreciate her outlook, because उन्होंने मुझे दोनों outlook दिया. She told me कि she has been doing this since a long period of time, and she's 47, 48 years old, and उनके parents, उनकी मम्मी ने भी उन्हें यही सिखाया है. But now when she meet our generation people, she thinks about it, but she can't unlearn it just like that. And unlearning it just like that is not possible. But she also told me about this, that this system has been so much normalized within herself that nobody else has to tell her कि ये गलत है या वहाँ मत जा. She herself is there to tell herself. So it has been normalized into our genes, into our blood, to that core. So sometimes it takes a lot to reshuffle your mind. And I'll just move forward how this is related, how myths affects us. So
Akriti, before we
yeah.
move forward, we have got two comments, one from Jayashri and one from Sumandha. So I would really like to
Okay.
Sumedha, sorry,
Yes.
Sumedha. Yeah. So Jayasri and Sumedha, thanks a lot for sharing your stories, and we really appreciate your courage in coming out in the live session. And as Akriti was sharing also, we all have kind of gone through this. Yeah, we have all gone through this experiences which can never be forgotten, of learning how we associate our own blood with shame and embarrassment. And Akriti, before you move ahead, I really want to talk about some of the points which you made, which really made sense to me. First was talking when you discussed about the venous and menstrual blood. I did not know about it, honestly, and it was a very new thing. And definitely, patriarchy has a very massive role in maintaining this structures of abuse. So let's call it a structure of abuse, because when we are talking about normalizing, we are also normalizing abuse towards a particular gender. And you have also mentioned how, even in the myths, someone was, kind of made to go through particular cycle because someone did something. So it's not like I am paying for my own sins, it's someone else's sins also. And that also does not belong to my own gender. It's also again a patriarchal thought that you have to, bow the family kind of things. You have to पाप का तुमको घाड़ा वो ढोकर जाना पड़ेगा, and a lot of things when you also mentioned about. So I think when we are talking about the myths and stigma, and how patriarchy is related with myths and stigma, and how you mentioned about our vagina being this organ of izzat. is
Hmm.
really evident in all other cases also, when we talk about how character assassination is also happening around the world of, anytime we decide to say something or do something. And even if
Hmm.
we are openly talking about this, uh, uh, you know, there is a possibility that this might happen. But still, I think it's important to open up and discuss these things. And it's also important to call things as they are and understand how the structures exist. And you also mentioned about how it's difficult to break free from this internal structures which we have kind of accepted and we have learned through our experiences over, while growing up. And anyone who is listening to this, I would really say that if you feel overwhelmed anytime during this session, please reach out to us and make comment in the uh, comment section. We will definitely take it up. And it's not easy to break free from these patterns of abuse for anyone, right? What do you think, Akriti?
Yeah, firstly, I'd like to, say thank you to Jayashree and Sumedha for sharing.
Mhm,
Uh, it's just
mhm, mhm.
we have already talked about it. I just wanted to say thank you to them.
Mhm.
And secondly, what you said, no, that structural violence happening, even if you have that state of awareness, it's a big step, I feel. For
Yes.
example, it took me a lot of time to realize that I want to do something about it, even if I think that this is something wrong. And I think that is a quite a big step. Doing something into an action kind of a thing is obviously a big step for you as an individual and as a society as a whole also. But even considering the fact that something is happening wrong and I want to reach out to people,
Yes.
it's a big step.
Yes.
So yes. So the next thing I just wanted, this thing is always attached to me. So how many people here, you can say a yes or no, say a thumbs up or whatever, have experienced shame while having a blood stain in school, outside, college, anywhere?
I have. I definitely have. I just shared my story.
Oh my god. Yeah, so I have so many stories. I don't know which story to put forward. I saw one of my friend Harshita over here just now. I don't know if
Mhm, mhm,
I don't know. I have to scroll बहुत ज़्यादा, but I just
mhm,
saw
mhm.
her. Seeing her, I remember this right now. That this thing, she's taller than me, okay? And one time this happened so badly, because I told you, no, that I used to bleed profusely. I mean, really, I mean, पता नहीं कैसे, but it used to happen. And at that point of time, I was struggling in school, and it was a PT period. So she was taller than me. तो उसने क्या किया, मेरे वो पीछे चल रही थी और उसने मैथ्स का बुक ऐसे छुपा दिया था स्कर्ट को. She was covering my skirt with a maths book and we were walking to the washroom. So अभी सोच के बहुत फनी लग रहा है,
Mhm.
बट टाइम बहुत टेरिफाइंग था कि यार कोई लड़का तो नहीं देखेगा यार, क्या करे, समझ ही नहीं आ रहा है. वी बोथ वर लाइक, और फिर पूरी क्लास की बहुत सारी लड़कियां साफ करने में लग गए सीट को. हो ही नहीं रहा है, पता नहीं, इट्स जस्ट बार बार आई एम गेटिंग अ ब्लड स्टेन. जितनी बार मैं जाके साफ कर रही हूँ उतनी बार आई एम कमिंग मैन, आई एम गेटिंग अ ब्लड स्टेन. So
Yeah.
I think this has happened to people,
Yeah.
you know, and
Uh,
yeah. So you want to say something, Prabhupti?
yeah. Akriti, I think Parvati has raised a very and important point that our not only our schools, is Parvati लिखा है ना, मेरा eyesight सही में बहुत गड़बड़ कर रहा है आजकल. Yeah, Parvati, right? Yeah,
Hmm.
so I think it's not only our schools, but also has to do with how our households also work. And definitely, Akriti, the idea of boys laughing, it has literally happened. Like there are so many times that boys do laugh. So I
Hmm.
think the thing you were sharing that, awareness is very important, and it's very important that we talk in this open. I remember that we had sessions on menstrual cycles in the school, and
Hmm.
our schools literally made us watch these videos जहाँ पे
Hmm.
हमको ये सिखाया जाता था कि आप पैड कैसे लगाते हो, menstrual cycle क्या होता है.
Yeah.
And the moment we entered, जब भी हम वहां से निकलते थे ना, the boys of the class were always would be like, क्या सिखाया तुमको, तुमको इतना क्या अलग सिखाते जो हमको नहीं सिखाते. So I think yes, definitely a curriculum where both boys and girls, and be it any gender, they we have to come together and talk about these things in open, because that part of being laughed at is something which still scares me literally, that I will be ashamed. I am still a bit scared that it might happen that I am go out and there is a stain and I will be laughed at. So definitely what you are sharing is maybe because we are much stronger, it is very, अभी हम हंस सकते हैं उसके बारे में,
Hmm.
बट सबको ही शायद मिलकर इस चीज के ऊपर बातचीत करना चाहिए. एंड पार्वती, यू हैव रेज्ड एन इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट. थैंक यू फॉर शेयरिंग. आकृति,
Yeah.
डू sorry, do go ahead.
Parvati is also a school friend, one of my school friends. So
हाँ हाँ.
I remember this, that she'll also be laughing. I know that, I don't know, but we when we were in class 8, we went to that the thing you were mentioning कि auditorium में ले जाकर, and there was also a friend. तो सबको मना करा गया था, and the boys were outside. सबको मना करा गया था बताने के लिए, and they were one of our friends, one of our classmates. She shared this thing with her boyfriend, and we were like gossiping about her. इसने कैसे बता दिया, ये इतनी गंदी लड़की है, ये तो टीचर की कोई बात ही नहीं मानती. We were literally gossiping about her, and that is what stigma and myth does to us. So there is a myth that it should be talked, shouldn't be talked, it shouldn't be talked. बट वो कैसे ना एक सटल तरीके से आपको अफेक्ट करता है. यहाँ पे we can see that the myths that has been taught to us, in what Parvati said, that it is there in our blood, it is instilled into us. So तब वो affect करता है कि हमको ये बात नहीं बताना है. And for a long time I was like that. I used to hide the fact from my father, from my brother. बहुत recently तक. And there is one more example I can give, like जो दिखाते हैं टीवी पे, the representation of blood, that it's blue, but blood is not blue, right? We aren't aliens. I mean, humans का blood तो blue नहीं हो सकता है. I mean, I don't know aliens. I just guess that aliens का ही हो सकता है शायद. Humans का तो नहीं हो सकता है, but it's shown because maybe it's shameful. Maybe it's shameful. And even if वो दिखा रहे हैं कि वो very empowered girls, they are ऐसे पहाड़ चढ़ रहे हैं white pants में pad लगा के, which is, I don't know how is it even possible. For me it has never been possible. But that blue stain is a representation, right? And wrong representation, actually, I'll say. And I have recently seen this. मैंने टीवी पे ही देखा है कि Stay Free first saw it in January around कि they have changed the representation of the blood. I mean, it's now red there, and Whisper maybe I have seen it recently. So I think that is why menstrual literacy is important, because it's just not about 5 days of a month or 5-6 days of a month, or just distributing pads कि हाँ जाके गवर्नमेंट स्कूल में जाके डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर दिया, या किसी CSR प्रोजेक्ट में, मतलब मेंस्ट्रुअल प्रोडक्ट्स अच्छे स्कूल्स में, प्राइवेट स्कूल्स में जाके या गवर्नमेंट स्कूल्स में जाके डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर दिया. इट्स जस्ट नॉट अबाउट दैट. If we really want to understand it, a life cycle approach needs to be applied, because a holistic understanding is important for this. because it's related to बहुत सारे aspects of our life, बहुत सारे aspects. So the next segment, if anything, if anyone, Parvati said, oh, I so well remember that. I'm
I
glad.
think
Jayashri,
Jayashri has, yeah.
height of frustration.
So Akriti, I
Yeah.
think you also got a hi from another Akriti in the comment section. So
Oh, hi. Even
we
I'm
have
Akriti.
another Akriti. Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
Jayashri, yeah. Jayashri, yeah. I so do agree by this. Even if I am, Jayashri, I really want to highlight this also. Period products को ही छुपाने का trend है. It's just not pads. Like I have experienced with tampons also. Even if the tampon is a square डिब्बा, still it is like मुझे वो हमेशा एक wrap उसके अंदर ही मिला है. So it's frustrating. It's definitely frustrating.
so
Yeah, you
Akriti,
want to
I
say
think,
something?
yeah, I want to ask you that even you shared about, awareness and how awareness is the big step. So I want to ask you that, someone who is listening to us and how should they communicate, or, what should they do to save themselves from this myths and stigma? क्या करना चाहिए हमें, अगर मैं खुद इस मिथ्स एंड स्टिग्मा से, अगर मैं खुद एक्सक्लूजन फील कर रही हूँ, मैं वो लड़की हूँ, जैसे मैंने शेयर किया था कि आई डू फील लाइक बाहर जाना है तो ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा, या घर पे भी व्हेन आई गेट माय मेंस्ट्रुअल साइकिल्स आई एम इन अलर्ट पोजीशंस ऑल द टाइम कि कहीं पे स्टेन न लग जाए, because of
Hmm.
that, all the experiences of childhood where I had to hide my stain and wash
Hmm.
it. So, what would you say that how can we, use this information for our own well-being?
So I think first and foremost, it's like communication पहले खुद से. I mean, if you want to understand something, you have, अभी ऐसा तो नहीं है ना that it's कि बाबा आदम का जमाना that you don't have access to anything. तो पहले तो you can read about stuff. There's so good material over there. There's Sheet the People TV. Even Boon provides a lot of resources. There's
Hmm.
also a toolkit they have just recently launched about advertising of menstrual products. So there's stuff. So first educating yourself, and then communication with our family members, and communication starting in safe spaces. अगर आप पहले ही रिबेल बन के जाके मतलब ऐसे ही कि ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए वैसा नहीं होना चाहिए, you are only going to hurt yourself, I feel, because I have done that. So it comes from an experience कि ऐसा कैसे वैसा कैसे तो उससे कोई रिजल्ट नहीं होता है. So पहले इफ यू थोड़ा सा अवेयर खुद से, एंड देन सेफ स्पेसेस में जाके बात करना इन योर फ्रेंड सर्कल. अगर फैमिली के साथ, बिकॉज मेरा स्टार्टिंग में सेफ स्पेस फैमिली नहीं था, वो एंड में बना है अभी थोड़ा सा. सो इट्स स्टिल नॉट वेरी सेफ फॉर मी, बिकॉज मुझे तो बहुत ट्रिगरिंग इंसिडेंसेस याद आते हैं. आई गेट ट्रिगर्ड. So I am more safe talking about it here and with my friends. So yes, and secondly, मतलब that awareness thing, then उसको फैलाने का अगर आपका मन है तो. And thirdly, अभी ना there is a trend, then there is some we consider ourselves woke कि या हमें बहुत कुछ पता है, ठीक है, and तो and we try to impose certain things on another person कि मुझे अगर सब पता है तो वो तो तुमको ऐसा ही करना पड़ेगा. आई मीन तो दैट इज ऑल्सो नॉट राइट, नो. सो आई हैव सीन दिस कि तू क्यों जा रही है, ये तो गलत है, दिस इज जस्ट अ मिथ, बट इट्स नॉट her truth, no, it's your truth, I feel that. So it's matlab totally her choice that what she wants to do, or what that person wants to do. Sorry, I used she, no, that I can't assume a pronoun. So that is that person's choice. And secondly, we need solidarity rather than sympathy. And
And
and there's one more
Akrit,
thing.
hmm?
Yeah, you said something.
I was just saying that you have mentioned this, you have given example, this example when you were talking about how you had this conversation with your mother, and you used this term where you started to appreciate her outlook also. And
Hmm.
when we are kind of understanding how we are breaking free from this learned emotions or learned patterns, unhealthy patterns, or learned we have learned to kind of be in this structural violence. It's very important to appreciate the outlook of the person in front of me, because even when we are talking about awareness, my own awareness, and even when we are talking about going through all these resources, the person in front of me does not have that access, and we have to
Hmm.
remember that we have to be kind to the person, whoever that person is, be it our family, be it our teachers, so that that they are also part of this structure, and they have also gone through the same kind of experiences which we have gone through. And
Hmm.
Akriti, you are definitely very correct when you are saying that we cannot impose ourselves. However, the best thing we can do is to be kind with each and everyone, specifically with starting with our own selves, being
Hmm.
kind with own selves, and definitely with other people. And I think there was another point you wanted to share.
Yeah, I just saw a Jayashree's question. So you sort
Okay.
of answered that question. I'll just want to add that even I stay with my mother and my grandmother. Like she has, and my parents are, and my brother and my father is also there. So you can't isolate from them, but you can definitely create boundaries. मतलब अगर वो कुछ impose कर रहे हैं, मतलब I have learned a lot from you also, Pragopti. So what I can suggest is that you can't isolate anybody from anyone, but create boundaries in a sense that this is my boundary. I want to respect myself. I have decided something for myself. Let me just experience it. Let me just experiment it. So I think that can be a solution. And yes, I was talking about another thing that was menstrual rights. I think we need to do another segment about it, but I'll just mention this because I felt a lot more empowered. There are no specific menstrual rights, but we can use it for ourselves. I feel like we can, knowing our fundamental rights, knowing what rights are offered in the constitution, our rights as a citizen, can make you feel empowered. Like Article 14, right to equality, Article 15, that prohibits discrimination on the grounds of religion, sex, caste, race, place of birth. So all these articles, like Article 17, which abolishes untouchability and its practices in all forms. So दिस आर्टिकल स्पेसिफिकली, जैसे कि मंदिर में जा रहे हैं, है ना, एंड वहां पे बोला जा रहा है कि नहीं, अंदर नहीं जा सकते, अनटचेबिलिटी इन ऑल इट्स फॉर्म्स. सो इट्स जस्ट नॉट कास्ट अनटचेबिलिटी. बस ऊंची जात और नीची जात का मंदिर, मतलब नीची जात का मंदिर में जाना अलाउड नहीं है, वो ही तो सिर्फ अनटचेबिलिटी नहीं है ना, इफ इट्स रिटन इन एनी फॉर्म. सो दिस इज ऑल्सो काइंड ऑफ वैलिड ओवर हियर. Like I can think like that because kind of मुझे भी अछूत वाला वाइब भी आएगा ना उससे कि मैं I'm like forbidden. And so if we kind of know these rights, like right to life, right to liberty, right to privacy, मुझे नहीं पता how it's going to work, मतलब एकदम से कैसे work करने लग जाएगा, but in the beginning it can make you feel empowered.
I think it's definitely important, Akriti, to uh,
Hmm.
too close. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah, it's certainly.
definitely
Yeah. Yeah.
uh, it's definitely important to talk about our rights. When and yes, you are right about it. When we talk about, and when we bring the law in, it's empowering, and it's not it would be more solid when we bring the law, because even in the counseling sessions we talk about our human rights, and there is
Hmm.
a lot of politics involved in every time we share about our own personal story. So definitely we will be talking about the menstrual rights also. So
Hmm.
thanks a lot, Akriti,
Yeah,
for
I'll just add another thing.
ha
It's
ha
it's just important, and I really want to say that.
ha
So we don't use inclusive language a lot, like,
okay.
usage of inclusive language, because most of the time I have seen, and we have been seeing, that menstruation is referred to as a phenomenon unique to girls and women only, which is exactly not. By default, women don't experience menstruation. There is a distinction between sex and gender. Sex is a biological construct, and gender is a uh, social construct. So, does only women menstruate is kind of not the right thing to say. So, menstruators can be, or people who menstruate can be a more inclusive term, because yeah, people who menstruate are mostly cisgender women, trans men also, and non-binary people. And there are people like trans women, some cisgender women who have hormonal and biological reasons, because that's the reason they don't menstruate. So I think I just wanted to say that, because in TV also, and in general conversations also, it's like, हाँ औरतों को महीना हुआ, girls are menstruating. But so it takes a lot of more courage for trans men and non-binary people to come out, because women are already, people know that they menstruate. So trans men have to take a lot of courage. So if we start using like menstruator as a word, and there are women who don't menstruate, so we can be inclusive in our
Yeah, I
conversation.
think, yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's also something I learned something new today, is that people who menstruate is a term which we can use to make our language more inclusive of everyone, because we are constantly talking about exclusion and inclusion, and this session was all about that, about how
Hmm.
important it is to talk about menstrual literacy. And
Hmm.
thanks a lot, Akriti. This was a very informative session, and I think we both were able to create a safe space. And thank you for sharing your story. I think when I listened to you sharing your own story, that somehow gave a lot of people courage to come up and share their own stories. So just before I say goodbye to Akriti, I just want to say that the recording of the live video I will be uploading in YouTube. So you all can just go there and share the video, and let us know in the comment section how you like the video. If you have any questions, do let us know in the comment section. And this is a part of the series, and me and Akriti will be coming back with two other sessions. The second session would be about mental health, and how all the inclusion and exclusion and what we discussed today, how it affects our mental health, and how we can, learn to overcome it or learn to cope with
Hmm.
it. And the last session would be about menstrual rights. And
Yeah.
thanks a lot, Akriti. Thanks a lot to everyone who has joined us. And so thank you so much, Sumedha,
Thank you
Jayashree and
so much,
Parvati.
everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jayashree, thank you for sharing your story. And I think Sumedha also shared her story, right? And thanks a lot. It takes a lot of courage to open up in front of a crowd.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. So see you again
Yeah, just
next week.
another. Yeah, next week
Ha
we'll
ha
do that again. And
ha ha
today we couldn't discuss sustainable menstrual products, so maybe in
ha.
third session we will be discussing that.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
yeah, it was a great experience, and looking forward to it. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, everyone. Yeah, thank you,
Thank
Probokity.
you. Yeah. See you again. Bye, everyone. So see you
Bye.
again.
Bye. Thank you. Yeah. Bye.
So Akriti, I will be just
Yeah.
closing
Yeah.
this. Okay. Just a second. Can you close the live session? I cannot see the
Okay. Okay.
button.
I
Ha.
can, it's just cross. No, I'll just do that.
Yeah. 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 So we will meet you again next Monday, 7 p.m. Thanks a lot for joining today, everyone. And do let us know how you liked the session today. And I will be sharing the video in YouTube shortly. And do share it with your friends and family members, specifically the people who have not seen the video and you think like they might benefit from this video. I know कि आज हमने इंग्लिश में बात किया है बहुत ज्यादा, बट हम कोशिश करेंगे कि आगे की वीडियो में हम हिंदी में बातचीत करें ताकि और ज्यादा इंक्लूसिव हो. और
Hmm.
थैंक यू. सो बाय.
Bye.
बाय.